welcome to the vlog. We're leaving the house today because Jesse has a cardiology echo today. It's just a follow-up to make sure that everything was normal, because they were concerned when he was in my belly that he would have a cardiac abnormality. So they just want to do a follow-up now that he's 2.5 months old and just make sure that everything is good. I'm sure everything is fine because they did an echo right after birth and they said it looks good. So they just want to follow up to be sure. It's at the hospital. They have like a medical office building. I think I'm gonna bring the stroller but not bring the actual car seat, so we'll see how that goes. He's doing so good in his little car seat today. All right, we're out of the appointment. He is perfectly healthy. Thank goodness, thank the Lord. So really happy about that. My biceps hurt so bad. I ended up just carrying him into the appointment because our stroller is just so clunky and heavy and he doesn't like being in there anyway. And I just knew he would like fuss and cry the whole time. So I carried him. My biceps were like shaking and I had to hold him during the echo as well because he was crying. Like he wouldn't just be on the table. He was crying. That was my workout for the day. But now he's napping in the car seat, so I'm just kind of hanging out until he gets at least a 30-minute nap. I did pick up Taco Bell, okay? I got a Crunchwrap Supreme and a spicy potato soft taco, but that's because I have good reasons for the things that I do, guys, okay? He's napping. There's no healthy drive-through places. I'm starving. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? Petition to make healthy places drive-throughs because I can't go inside and pick up something healthy if my baby's napping. I'm just not gonna do it. We've been doing really good with our health journey anyway, so it's okay to have a little bit of Taco Bell. Damn it.
Hey, be careful with that. Dropping it, because it's clearly giving you issues.
I am making buffalo chicken wings for dinner with sweet potato fries.
Wait, why are you cutting it?
I'm making fries. Can I help you, sir? Can I help you? Like busy or? Good morning. Good morning. It's the next day. Happy Thursday. I'm wearing what I think is a cool outfit. So I'm wearing my airy flare leggings with my Halara like long sleeve tight shirt and then a t-shirt over top. I was cold, so I threw on a t-shirt over and I think this is actually a cute outfit now. He runs really hot. If I try to overdress him, he gets really warm, so I'm always mindful of that in case you're wondering. I'm gonna drop him off at my parents' house for a couple of hours and then I'm gonna do a quick workout at the gym and then I'm gonna pack. I'm gonna take you guys along my packing because we're going out of town for the first time with Jesse and I'm nervous and excited, and let's have a good day. We're gonna have a good day today with grandma and great grandma. That's crazy. My grandma is his great grandma and she's young. She's like in her 70s. So I'm just so grateful that he's gonna grow up with memories of her because she's the best. I'm just so grateful. It's crazy how quickly pregnancy symptoms go away after birth. I remember being in the hospital after my C-section thinking that it's crazy that I don't have to pee all the time. Like literally I remember the second day I was getting up to pee like every 5 hours instead of every hour, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Also, I was running very hot during pregnancy. Like I was sweating and hot all the time, and as soon as I got the baby out of me, I run cold, and that's how I was before pregnancy. So if you see me in long sleeves and my baby in short sleeves, that's why. Yeah, tell him. This would be cuter if I wore my like Skims shirt over with some Uggs, but I'm going to the gym, so I don't really care. You ready to go inside? Let's go inside. What's that sound? The police are coming, Jesse. They're coming for you. I picked up some offer dolls for lunch. I just got the Fiesta Bowl, and it feels nice to basically be doing what I was doing when I was pregnant with Jesse. Is I would go to the gym, get some lunch, come home, do some stuff around the house, except when I was pregnant, I was so exhausted after the gym, if you remember. I could not function after the gym. So it feels nice to have energy now and to do things, but I wanted to talk about body image, not in a bad way, but in like if you're someone who goes to the gym and you have that period of feeling weak, I feel super weak because I'm at a lower body weight than I was while I was pregnant. And when you're at a lower body weight, you can't lift as much, you can't squat as much, bench as much, whatever. And I just feel really weak, and I'm trying to remember that in order to build muscle, you have to eat. You have to be in basically a calorie surplus and lift heavy and be consistent. But it's hard when you just had a baby to tell yourself to be in a calorie surplus. Like, I know that I need to be eating more, but I also don't want to be eating more because part of me in the back of my mind is like, I need to keep the baby weight off and, you know, bounce back really quick. So I don't know, it's just like a contradictory situation in my brain. So I just wanted to share that. I'm going through that. So I'm trying to eat because there's no point in lifting heavy if I'm not refueling and giving my body enough calories to actually build my muscle back. Also, I'm going to be really transparent. I've never been in a place in my life where I intentionally wanted to lose weight until after birth. So after birth, I didn't really have an appetite. So I think that kind of happened naturally for me. I didn't have to go to extremes at all. So I'm not saying that. It was the first time in my life where I was like, okay, I was like, in my brain, I was like, I should probably lose weight. And I know everyone has different opinions on that. Let me put you on my Stanley cup. But that's just me being honest with the thoughts that were going through my mind after giving birth. And now I'm at a place where I need to put back on weight if I want to build the muscle that I had before. So it's just kind of like a weird spot to be in, because if you want to build your legs as a woman and you have a body type similar to mine genetically, you have to eat. And it's just a weird thing to do. But I hope that does not come off as me complaining at all, because I'm not complaining at all. I just wanted to share the dichotomy of it all, the two different thought processes. Like, one thought process is I shouldn't eat because I need to lose the baby weight and I need to keep the baby weight off. And then the other thought is, well, I lost a lot of the baby weight, so now I need to think about body recomposition, building muscle, which means you have to eat more. So it's like, which one do I do? You know? Okay, I am a bridesmaid in Anna's wedding this weekend, and this is the dress. I'm gonna steam it. It's like this really pretty blue color, and I'm gonna try it on. Last time I tried it on, it was too big, so. Okay, here's what the dress looks like. It actually fits pretty perfectly, so I'm really happy about that. The brand is Azazi. If you are getting married and looking for a company, they do custom measurements at no additional charge. So this dress was like $100 or so, and you custom measure yourself, and they make it to size. So I thought that was really cool. Stay tuned for the wedding. It's gonna be in this vlog. I'm so happy. Comment down below if you are a small amount of drama, if you were a small amount of drama listener, because you know how epic this is. As for Jesse's outfit, he has this little button down, and then we have some khakis. This was the most formal thing that I could find for a 3-month-old at Carter's. Like, they don't really make a lot of formal clothes for babies that small. And I need to pack the rest of his clothes. Packing for a baby is insane. Like, sometimes I think that I'm just babysitting someone else's baby because it still doesn't feel real that he's my baby, which is the craziest thing. It's a crazy feeling. Sometimes I literally forget that I have a baby. It's crazy. It's pretty crazy. I'm just gonna pack like a bunch of onesies. They don't really take up that much space, so. Okay, I have all of Jesse's clothes over here, a bunch of bibs, burp cloths, a whole thing of diapers, because I don't even know how many we're gonna use, a whole thing of wipes, my heels, these little shoes, and then the rest of this I'm just gonna fill with like my pajamas, my clothes. We're driving, so I'm gonna just hang my dress in the car. I also have to figure out an outfit for the rehearsal dinner. I've actually never been to a rehearsal dinner because in Romanian culture, most of the weddings I've been to have been Romanian. We don't really do a rehearsal dinner, so this is going to be my first experience, but apparently it's a fun time. I think I'm just going to wear this black dress from Aritzia. It's like a pleated black dress. I think that'll do. I'm about to change the lens on this camera because I'm filming Anna's wedding as well, making her a little wedding video, and this lens is too wide angle at Alexa's wedding. The video came out so good, I might say myself, okay? But it was so awkward because my My lens is so wide angle that I had to literally be up in their face when they were doing the vows in order to get the footage. If I change the lens, my hope is that I can be a little further back and not be like literally right in their face. But I did what I had to do. I got the footage and it turned out great. So I don't really care if people were like, what is that girl doing? I know people were talking about me at the wedding because my friends were telling me, but I don't care. It is what it is. I had to do what I had to do. About to take a shower and I'm gonna self-tan tonight, so I'm using a self-tan remover because I've been using that gradual tanning lotion. So I want to get all of that off before I like officially self-tan for this weekend. So you just kind of let it sit for a few minutes before you shower. I'm using the one from Loving Tan. I'm also gonna scrub my body with some sugar scrub from Way. So they have a scalp and body scrub and it's amazing. It literally smells so good and it's the perfect consistency for exfoliating your body, especially if you're gonna self-tan. You guys know Way is my favorite hair care brand, hands down. And they are sponsoring today's video, which I love because I'm literally obsessed with them. So today I have greasy hair, as you can tell. I'm gonna use their iconic detox shampoo. If you use this thing, even just once a week, it gets rid of all the buildup and gunk in your hair. I'm gonna pair that with the scalp scrub and really get in there. When I was at Supercuts, okay, I feel like I've been talking about this Supercuts experience for way too long. But the lady was so nice. She told me that I really need to focus more on scrubbing my scalp. So that's what I'm gonna do. Postpartum, my hair just kind of feels a little bit more dry to the touch. So I wanna do some extra TLC to it. And then after the shower, I always use the leave-in conditioner. Everything that Way makes smells amazing. Their scents are iconic and everything pairs so beautiful together. And their scents are travel inspired, which is really cool. The sugar crystals scrub away buildup while softening and balancing your skin's moisture level. If you're looking for a good hair care brand, you gotta try Way. I've been using them for years and I will never switch until they pry it from my hands because it's that good. And I really feel like over the past few years, my hair journey has been only getting better. I've had crazy hair growth. It feels really soft and full. Less shedding is a big thing that I experienced over the years of using Way. So the Way to healthy scalp starts here. Go to theouai.com/RachelVin for 15% off any product. That's theouai.com/RachelVin for 15% off.
Leaving all my worries, I prepare for something new. Whatever it was that held me back, I'm sure it wasn't true. Holding on too long and unresolved questions holding me.
I think it's not.
What could have been a friendly smile has turned
Like laughing,
into a frown.
like
See something nice.
Two souls, a single thought. Two hearts, beat as one. Miracle of marriage.
Anna, was it worth the wait?
100%. Yes.
I'm driving in my car, the road is long and full of dust. The landscape changes around me, on and on, I feel immersed. Whatever happened to me, happened for my highest good.
Say hi, Anna. Hi, Taylor.
Okay, congratulations.
Do you guys have any words for Anna and Taylor?
That's a good question. Read books together and then talk about it. And make sure to text. Make sure to text me.
Yeah, ask the single women.
How do you guys feel?
Great.
Give me a kiss. Aww. Don't panic.
And I'm here with AJ.
Very happy for you guys.
We'll start
Really.
to be on diet tomorrow.
In honor of your wedding, I'm breaking my diet. And I'll resume it tomorrow.
This looks like a really intimate moment.
It is.
I need my hands to be free because I'm about to throw up something that he knows all. Okay. Are you still recording this?
Yep.
All right, cut that out, please.
Okay guys, we are back from the wedding. We're gonna jump straight into a Costco haul. I actually just filmed this whole haul for you and it wasn't recording. So here we go. Animal-based diet Costco haul. We have 2 things of salmon, $11.99 a pound, 1 thing of this thinner ribeye, and then a thicker ribeye. These are both $15.49 a pound. Let me know if that's a good price per pound. I have no idea. A thing of just regular chicken breast, Gruyere cheese, Manchego cheese, our favorite brand or our favorite type of cheese. 2 things of chicken sausage and then this breakfast sausage that I want to try. We got a pack of their Kirkland thick sliced bacon. I hope this is good. I also got a bunch of Core Powers. There's like 6 more in the office. I've never seen the actual Fairlife like regular protein shakes in store, so I picked this up to try. It's got 30 grams of protein per 150 calories and the Core Powers have 26 grams of protein per 170 calories. So I'll let you know what the difference in taste. Also picked up 2 of these egg bites, the bacon ones. These are really, really good. They taste just like Starbucks. So this is mainly the stuff for our animal-based diet. We also picked up this shrimp salad for kind of like a dinner situation and it's really good. Got some paper plates here. We got some toilet paper, paper towels, and I'm pretty sure that's it. I did get, like I said, we just got 6 more of these protein shakes because I drink one every single morning. So that's the Costco haul. It was $630. Good morning, Jessie. Guess who slept? Guess who slept from 7:30 p.m. to 6:30 a.m. with no interruptions? This guy right here. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. Mwah. I could kiss your hand all day. I'll do whatever you want today. And I actually slept really well last night. I slept from like 8:30 to 11 and then I woke up once and then I slept from like 11:30 to 5. That's like a 6-hour stretch. And I don't think I've had a 6-hour stretch since like early pregnancy because towards the end of pregnancy you're up every hour to pee. So I'm feeling amazing today. My camera has this thing where if it sees a face, it'll say like portrait, and it just said infant. Like, how does it know that this is an infant? That's crazy. It says that's creepy. But I didn't vlog in the hotel and everything because it was kind of chaotic, but it went really smoothly. We brought the pack and play and he slept in there. He slept really well, thank God. The only thing that was kind of annoying was washing bottles by hand in the hotel, but it honestly wasn't that bad. That was like the only thing that is different from life at home because at home we just use a dishwasher. But other than that, traveling with him was pretty chill, pretty easy. He was good in the car ride for the first half, both there and back, and then the last 30 minutes he was just like screaming. I think he just had enough of being in the car seat, which totally makes sense. We did stop an hour and a half in both times to charge the Tesla, so we got him out, we fed him, stretched his legs and stuff, and it was fine. Okay, I just got ready for the day. I'm gonna go to brunch with a friend that's in town who came to Florida for Anna's wedding. And I'm just wearing this Old Navy. This is from last winter. It's like a red. You guys can see that it's red. Why am I telling you that? Those of you who are long-term followers, you guys know my friend Anna. She used to be in the vlogs a lot more before she got a boyfriend. Typical. She's also the friend that I had a podcast with. We have like a year's worth of podcast episodes. It's always linked in the description if you want to listen to those. But then life got busy. I started IVF treatments. She got a boyfriend. So it was too much to keep up with. But I just wanted to share in case anyone's looking for encouragement. I think her story is just such a God story. She's 27, so she's my age, and just overnight God brought her husband into her life, and it's just a testimony of how from one second to the next your life can totally change. If you're in a season of singleness, waiting for your person, even if you've been single basically your whole life, overnight things can change. And even if it seems like you're never going to meet your person, or you're never going to find that job you like, you're never going to reach that thing that you really want, but she really exemplified, and I texted her this long paragraph this morning. She really exemplified waiting on God in such an amazing way. Like, she never seemed unhappy or discontent or in a rush or agitated that it wasn't happening. Just wanted to share that in case anyone is in a season of waiting. You just never know when that person is going to come along, and try to enjoy the season of, it's so like, I know this is so annoying because when I was going through infertility, I would hate it when people would say, just enjoy this time in your life because it's going to be gone before you know it and your life is never going to be the same. But it's true. It's true. Try to enjoy the moment that you're in, whatever season you're in, because life can change so quickly. And before you know it, you're going to be looking back and telling yourself, like I'm telling myself, I wish I wasn't so ungrateful or discontent in that trying to conceive period, because look at me now. Life changes so quickly, and now looking back, I wish I would have enjoyed that season a little bit more, even though it was really hard. So anyways, that's all I wanted to say about that. Okay, let's get into my breastfeeding journey. I promised you guys I would talk about it, so let's just get it all out there in one shot. I want to start from the very beginning, which is pregnancy. Okay, so during pregnancy, let me turn off this light. It's kind of harsh. Is that better? Okay, so during pregnancy, I never really was looking forward to breastfeeding. I was never that person who was like really excited about it. It always kind of freaked me out a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. And I know a lot of people are the complete opposite, where they're just super excited to do it, and then when it comes, they love it, or they feel that super bonding moment, that connection with their baby. I just never really felt that, and I kind of knew that going into it. It just wasn't something that I was passionate about, and of course I wanted to try it and give it a fair shot, and I did. So that was kind of my mindset going into it. I just knew that I wasn't one of those people who was like gung-ho about it. So I gave birth. He latched pretty quickly right away, so I was really happy about that. It took a couple of tries, and sometimes he would latch properly, sometimes he wouldn't, but it was pretty easy to like unlatch him. I just like got my finger in there, unlatched him, and then tried a couple of times, and it was good. As we were breastfeeding in the hospital, I think it was the second day, we had a meeting with the lactation consultant. I just called because they put their number on the whiteboard. So I called them. I was like, hey, would love to hear what you have to say. So she came and she was like, yeah, he is not getting anything from you. She could tell that he wasn't swallowing. He was just like sucking for fun. And I didn't know that because I didn't know what it was supposed to feel like. Talking with him on me is like a workout. So if I seem out of breath, that's why. Lactation consultant came in. She told me that he wasn't getting anything. So I freaked out, of course, and I was like, okay, we have to supplement with formula, which is what the lactation consultant recommended. So we supplemented with Enfamil, the pre-made ones that the hospital had. He tolerated it great. He had no complaints. He was doing great. So we did that for the first 2 days of the hospital stay after birth. Meanwhile, I was pumping. So the lactation consultant I'm just gonna say the lady, because lactation consultant is so long. The lady told me to do a triple feed. So basically what that means is every 3 hours on the dot, which is brutal, by the way, you have to put the baby to the boob, let him suck for 10 minutes on both sides, or 5 minutes, 5 minutes. Then I have to give the baby to my husband. My husband will feed the baby with formula, assuming that he didn't get much from me, which was the case. While he's doing that, I am pumping for 30 minutes every 3 hours. So that's the triple feed that she recommended. So we did that literally the first 3 days throughout the hospital, 3 hours on the dot, did not miss a single pump. I pumped for 30 minutes. Pretty aggressively, and I think that may be partially the reason why I had such an oversupply, because I don't think I needed to pump so aggressively for 30 minutes every 3 hours. I think that that's a little bit more stimulation than what a baby would give at that time. Like that powerful level of suction, I think was part of it. But I also know that it's just your body, so even if someone else can do the same pump setting, same everything, and their body could not produce the same amount, so it's totally dependent on your personal body. So I don't think it's necessarily anything that I did to create an oversupply. So anyways, I was getting so much colostrum and milk at the hospital to the point where I was filling up those little tubes like crazy, and the nurses were like, oh my gosh, you have so much milk, this is amazing. And I was like, yes, this is amazing. So that kind of encouraged me to keep pumping, and it was such a thrill to see how much milk I was making. I was so proud of myself. I think this is where I went wrong. I just continued to pump for so long every 3 hours because it was such a thrill. It was so like, I don't know, it was so satisfying. Again, I think it was a little bit too much power, too much suction, too long. So I had such an oversupply. I filled up. When we got home from the hospital, that's when it kind of really started kicking in. I would fill up like 3 to 5 bags of extra milk for the freezer every single day, on top of giving him everything he needed. So we stopped supplementing with formula when we got home from the hospital. I was pumping. I would latch him a few times a day because I still wanted to maintain that habit. But again, like I said, I wasn't super gung-ho about breastfeeding. Like if he latched or not, I didn't really care. Like it didn't affect me emotionally, which I think is a good thing, but also a bad thing. It's a bad thing because it kind of discouraged me from actually breastfeeding him, because again, it wasn't like something I enjoyed. I didn't feel connected to him while I was doing it, but it was a good thing because it allowed me to kind of be hands-free. It helped with my sanity because AJ could give him a bottle. So we kind of were 50-50, which was amazing. Basically, I very quickly became an exclusive pumper. It was just so much more efficient for me than actually breastfeeding. The times that I actually did latch him, he would take so long to eat, like 45 minutes, which I know is so normal. So I'm saying to you guys, if you are breastfeeding, you are a saint. Like it is literally so difficult to be patient and allow your baby the time they need to eat and they fall asleep while they're doing it, and then you have to like wake them up, and then it's a whole thing. So shout out to breastfeeding moms. It's a whole other level. So I was pumping. You guys know, you've been watching the vlogs. Okay, so I would say about week 3, my engorgement got so bad to the point where I was needing to make a change. So I was still producing like 4 to 5 extra bags of milk for the freezer every single day, and I was like, whoa, something is wrong here. I should not be making this much milk. So then I cut back my pumping. So the first thing I did was drop my middle of the night pump. So I no longer pumped every 3 hours anymore. I went to sleep at like 9 and I woke up at 3 to pump. So that was I dropped the 12 a.m. pump, and then I dropped the 3 a.m. pump. As soon as I did that, my supply dropped a lot. I still had an oversupply, so I was still making freezer bags, but it was only 1 to 2 a day. And I was really happy with that. So I continued that for another, I would say 3 weeks. So let's say we're at 6 weeks postpartum now. I no longer pumped at night. I was getting a little bit more sleep. I was more sane. Okay, this is when I started really hating pumping. Like the first 5 weeks, I was like, okay, this is amazing. My body's producing this milk for him. I feel so good about it. And then I started getting annoyed with it. I think if you do anything for a certain amount of time, the novelty wears off, the excitement wears off. So then I was like, okay, let me very slowly try to continue to decrease my supply so I can drop a few more pumps, so that I'm still giving him some breast milk, but I wanted a little bit more freedom. So at this point, I was pumping like 7 a.m. when I woke up. I would pump at 10, 1, 4, and then 7. I was doing that for a long time. The next pump that I dropped was my 10 a.m. pump. So I was pumping now 7, 12, 4, and 7. And this was like every 3 days I would drop a pump. The next few days, I dropped the 4 p.m. pump, so I was pumping only at 7, 12, and 7, so 3 times a day. And I was still making enough milk, you guys. I was still making enough milk to feed him, and I was so happy. So not only did I decrease the amount of pumps I decreased from 30 minutes to 15 minutes, and my body was still producing. I think it kind of caught on to what I was trying to do, so it became more efficient at producing milk. So instead of pumping for 30 minutes and getting the same output, I was pumping for 15 and getting the same output. The body is amazing. The way God designed it is amazing. Like it blew me away at how smart the body is. At this point, I was still producing enough with 3 pumps at 10 to 15 minutes per pump, and I was only wearing the Mom Cozy portable ones. I wasn't even doing the Spectra. I was over the Spectra. It just hurts so much more to me than the wearable one. So I was doing the wearable one for all my pumps, and it was great. So then I dropped the noon pump, pumping twice a day, 7 a.m., 7 p.m. This is when I was not producing enough naturally to feed him. So we started supplementing with formula. I continued that for about, so at this point we're like, what, 8 weeks? About 2 months postpartum, 8 weeks or so, I was producing about half of what he ate in a day, and I felt great about that. And then at one point I was like, okay, like I'm ready to be done. So the way that I dropped the final pumps was a little bit scary to me, but I did it very slowly, which I think was key. So I decreased my pumping time from 10 minutes to 7 minutes down to 5 minutes, and I would do that pump to pump. So the first 7 a.m. pump I would do 10 minutes, 7 p.m. I would do 7 minutes, the 7 a.m. one that next morning I would do 5 minutes. I would barely get like any milk. So that night at 7 p.m. I didn't pump at all. So then we're at 24 hours. So 7 a.m. to 7 a.m. it's been 24 hours. I pumped for a full 10 minutes, and then I did 48 hours. So at this point I was like, okay, let me see how long I can go without feeling too engorged. So I went 48 hours and I pumped. I just pumped enough to like relieve myself. So 48 hours, and then that was the last pump I ever did. And that was about 8-9 weeks postpartum. I really liked the way that I stopped. It was so gradual. I didn't have like almost any discomfort at all, and it was amazing. So I highly recommend doing a very slow stop. And yeah, I don't feel emotional. I did feel a little bit of emotional over it. I was like, okay, should I feel guilt? I didn't feel guilty. I felt more guilty about not feeling guilty, which was interesting. So I was just ready to be done, and he was thriving on formula because we did combo feeding for a long time, and now he's fully on formula. He's thriving. We still have a lot of breast milk in the freezer, but every now and then he'll throw up a little bit more when I introduce the frozen breast milk. So we're still kind of playing with that to see if he tolerates it well. So yeah, that's my story. Nothing too dramatic, nothing really crazy, just I was ready to be done, and we're done, and I feel amazing. It's really nice to have my freedom, and I know some people think that that is selfish. I personally don't think it's selfish because I would never do anything to harm my baby, and he is doing really, really well on formula. He's very happy. His poops are soft, very soft. Too soft. They're actually the same consistency that they were on breast milk, because I was worried he might be a little bit constipated or gassy. He's literally been, fingers crossed, knock on wood, he's been really tolerating it well, and he's happy, I'm happy, and that's the story. I hope I answered any lingering questions that you had. If there's something I forgot, please drop it in the comments. I'll answer them there. If there's something specific you want to know about pumping or how I stopped or the whole process. And yeah, I love you guys so much. Thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to check out Way if you're looking for the best hair care around, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.